Welcome to Pastor's Chat today. Today we begin a new psalm, Psalm 10. Now, most commentators believe that David wrote this psalm also. It follows Psalm 9, and many of them believe that it actually is a continuation of Psalm 9. In the Hebrew, they actually show up as one chapter. It was in the Septuagint that they divided it into two chapters, chapters 9 and 10. And we believe David wrote it, even though this is a psalm that doesn't have an inscription in front of it or a title in front of it, as the psalms do before, starting in Psalm 3. We know David wrote Psalm 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then 9, and because of the inscription, a Psalm of David. And then this one doesn't have one. And then starting in Psalm 11 all the way to Psalm 33, they all are called a Psalm of David to begin with. So this psalm is the only one in between all these. So they believe that this psalm was written by David, and it's pretty obvious sometimes when you read it that you see David uses this theme that we find in this psalm over and over again. And the theme basically is, why doesn't God do something about the prosperity of the wicked? The wicked, they do evil, they get richer, they oppress people, they're arrogant, they're proud, they're evil, they continue just to do their evil deeds, and it's like God ignores it. And we do our best to do right, and we do our best to live for the Lord, and we get oppressed, and we get afflicted, and we have trouble, and we have sorrow, and we have problems, but we watch the wicked around us. We see them on the TV programs, and they are happy, and they're having fun, and they're just, oh wow, and we go, why, oh God, are you letting the wicked get by with their wickedness? Well, that's the theme of this psalm, and so we're going to look at it a little bit, and you'll see exactly what we're talking about. So Psalm chapter 10, and David writes, "Why do you stand afar off, O Lord? Why do you hide yourself in times of trouble? The wicked in his pride persecutes the poor. Let them be caught in the plots which they have devised. For the wicked boast of his heart's desire. He blesses the greedy and renounces the Lord. The wicked in his proud countenance does not seek God. God is in none of his thoughts. His ways are always prospering. Your judgments are far above, out of his sight. And as for all his enemies, he sneers at them. He has said in his heart, I shall not be moved. I shall never be in adversity. His mouth is full of cursing and deceit and oppression. Under his tongue is trouble and iniquity. He sits in the lurking places of the villages. In the secret places, he murders the innocent. His eyes are secretly fixed on the helpless. He lies in wait secretly as a lion in his den. He lies in wait to catch the poor. He catches the poor when he draws him into his net. So he crouches it. He lies low that the helpless may fall by his strength. He has said in his heart, God has forgotten. He hides his face. He will never see. Oh, then David prays, Oh, arise, O Lord. Oh, God, lift up your hand. Do not forget the humble. Why do the wicked renounce God? He has said in his heart, you will not require an account. And so you see, in Psalm 9, David had the enemies that were without, but here David has the enemies that are within, the corruption, the wicked that's within the nation, and the people that were supposed to be a part of the covenant people and be holy and righteous and living for the Lord, and yet it's obvious by their deeds and their actions and their pride that they're not living for the Lord. Now I think it's interesting, several times in this chapter it speaks about the pride of the wicked, the pride of the wicked. You remember that was the sin that got Satan kicked out of heaven. That was the sin that caused Adam and Eve to get kicked out of paradise. Satan told them, you'll be like God. You can be your own God. The middle letter of pride is I. The middle letter of sin is I. And my friend, that is the downfall of so many. And we're going to be looking at a few things, the traits, the characteristics of the wicked. But we need to remember that our God, even though we might not see him at work to deal with them, He is, and we'll see that as we look at the end of this psalm. Well, God bless you, and you keep your eyes on the Lord. Don't be looking at the wicked and be envious about them. Psalm 37, God's still on his throne. You trust him today. God bless, and you have a wonderful, wonderful day.